Hey y'all. Classes in session. Get in there. Yeah, get in there. Classes in session. We're finna make us some dumplings and we'll have us a good conversation. And yeah. That part. Come on in. I'm gonna make you some quick dumplings today. And I got some onions sauteing in the back. I'm going to be using all-purpose and self-rising flour mixed. And I'm going to get started now. Y'all doing all right today? How y'all doing today? Just going to go to work like I know to do. Honey, that's all I know to do is to go to work. I'm going to give y'all time to come in, but I'm just going to go to work. Okay. Move out the way. Come on in here. Let's get at those onions. Cool them down a little bit before I add my broth. Now, these are not going to be your normal dumplings. These are not chicken and dumplings. Baby, these is them dumplings my grandmama used to make. These are leftover dumplings from leftover meat. When you get ready to clean out what you cook over the weekend. So these dumplings are going to be made with the leftover neck bones. Yeah. And the broth going in there. And everything is going in there, right? So we just got through sauteing the onions in the back of me. Now I'm going to add a little water in there. And then I'm going to add my combination of chicken and beef broth, right? You may have not grown up on these type of dumplings. But I grew up on these type of dumplings. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over here. We're going to add a little water. We're going to add a little seasoning. We're going to put this back on this eye. I'm going to turn you around for a second. And we're going to put a little water in here. Get it going. I know it's cold today. So we're going to get this going real good. Put a little salt in here. Don't go crazy on your salt because you know your chicken broth got a salt in it and your beef broth. So I'm gonna add a little salt because what? Water don't come what? Season. Alright, you know, we talked about that a long time ago. Right, we're gonna get that going just like that. We're gonna leave enough room for the other stuff, but we want to get this going. Right? We're gonna get that going because we want to make sure we have a combination of what we need. And we're gonna add a little chicken broth. I'm trying to show y'all. So as y'all come in, y'all will see. These going to be dark too. Because you know what? I'm going to add some beef broth in here as well. I'm not adding the little oil that you see then is for me sauteing them onions. But add your little beef broth in there. Okay, we're going to let it do what it do. And for me, I like to add the vegetable on these. I like to add me a little vegetable Lipton soup pack mix. And it's got salt in it, so that's why I say you got to be careful with your salt right now. Okay? You give it a good little Hit them with the Right? Okay. Nothing like building your flavors either. And that's what you want to do. And of course I'm going to use some of my own seasoning. That's the right thing to do. Put everything green. And I'm going to let these things start building up in here. Put a little bit of mine in there too. You know, because you want a good flavor to them. They don't have to taste like just plain dough. And I know your grandmama and your granddad and them said, oh, they didn't have nothing. And they probably didn't. Let me get my shortening. They probably didn't. But we're in a different day and age now. So you don't have to just have plain, no flavor dumplings. That's why a lot of kids don't like dumplings. Because they think they plain. They don't have no flavor. Come on over here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to work right here. We're going to work right here. We're going to do that. Hold on, let me stir these. While I'm over here. I'll give it a good stir. We're going to let it start building up and build it up and build it up. And now it's solid. Solid as a rock. But I ain't going to make y'all look at flour. I'm going to let y'all look at me work. Come on in. How y'all doing? I'm running a little late. And guess what else? I got to get these out. I'm running a little late, y'all. But guess what? I had me some, you know, I got to get this meat off these bones. So I had leftover neck bones. And we're going to use the juice off of him too. Baby, these going to be so good. I got all this meat, which all of it ain't going to be meat, but we're going to take the bone off. I'm going to show these to y'all. And we're going to get started in just a second or two. I'm giving enough people time. Don't forget to put your board up. You know what, Gina? I ain't going to need it. But I'll do it just because you told me to. So these is what I put in the microwave. This is what I had left off the neck bones, right? I'm going to take the bone off. And I'm going to use the meat. And I'm going to make me what? You said that right, some dumplings. Yep, I'm going to make me some dumplings. So when I get through deboning this, we're going to start on our dumplings. That's what I'm going to do today. Hey, Keisha, y'all. Make sure y'all... That's all I got left. Because she said they be mushy. Let me wash my hand. I'm not going to let them be overly dense. Because she already done told me. Now, let me tell you something. If you don't have self-rising flour, now mine is half and half. Half self-rising flour and half all-purpose. But you can make them just with all-purpose, or you can make them with all self-rising. What I found out with all self-rising, they will break apart so easy. They will break apart so easy. So I do both, okay? Come on in. I'm going to treat them just like them biscuits that I did for Peachy. Y'all, I want y'all to put, and hear me good. Jean gave me vault gifts, Peachy, Ruthie. They showed up for my event, and I am so grateful. I am so grateful. And I really am. Like, you don't never know who gonna show up for you and who gonna help you. And I'm telling you, this is a season I never thought I would be in. Because, you know, I never asked nobody for nothing. I didn't even like y'all to give me stuff. And then I got to a crossroads where I needed help. Because what was going on over here. And I never knew that I would show up and people over here, they may not sit out as big. But they standing out big somewhere else. I never thought Ruthie would come on over there and be a mod. Now, Jean, I asked Jean to be a mod. Jean told me I wouldn't have nobody. She said, if you was a mod, if you make me a mod, you ain't going to have no more people. And that's what she told me. Now, see, I put a little shortening in here. And I'm not going to add no more. Even though I got more flour than I had with Peachy. And the reason why is I want these tight. You're going to have more flour than you have shortening. Right? And like I said, you can do several things with your dumplings. And you can make them so many ways. Now, the glasses I wear are readers. So, I'm far away from my phone. So, I can't read nothing. But I'm only keeping them up right now because I didn't want to get no flour while I crumble it. Because, you know, flour just get everywhere. But I got my water boiling behind me. So I got all-purpose and self-rising. That's how I do my dumpling. That's not necessary. That's not how my grandmama did them. I started cooking some things on my own. My mama, that's not how she did it. She didn't mix her flour. I mixed my flour. A lot of people don't mix their flour. I started mixing my flour. And I liked the way my dumplings turned out when I mixed them. And before my aunt died, she used to say, what is you doing to these dumplings? She said, they not too tough and they not too pussy. And I told her what I was doing. And she said, you know what? Now that's good right there. And my aunt could cook. My aunt really was a better cook than my mama. My mama cooked good. My mama can cook. But my aunt loved to cook. And my mama said, you took cooking from your aunt. So again, these are some old-fashioned ones. These are old-fashioned dumplings. Right? This is something you don't even see too often. I'm put that little buttermilk in there. And I'm going to get to working with it. I don't even know how to put that top on there. So, and I'm going to make these nice and tight. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Nice and tight. Because you want them nice and tight. So that they'll stay together. Also, we're using 2 different broths. You're using a beef broth and a chicken broth together. Because we're going to use the leftovers. My grandmama used to always say, now that's one thing my mama and grandmama did. They always made neck bone dumplings, and they all work with the auntie. I'm working with it, Pre. I saw them light up things. Pre, my mom and them used to make neck bone dumplings. They would make rib dumplings. Even you could be a dumpling. Now I'm working with a monster. And I'm going to make these tight as I can get them. And they ain't designed to be loose. This is not designed. This is supposed to be just as thick as you see them. And they about to get what, thicker? So, you don't have to make dumplings in advance. Because you know why? All you got to do is take these dumplings. You can if you're in a hurry, but they're going to do just fine. That's just like that's why I use shortening instead of butter. I don't have no time to be grating no butter for no biscuits. Because we don't care if our biscuit's flaky. We just want a good biscuit. What did you say? Is a substitution for buttermilk like sour cream and milk with vinegar. You have to add vinegar, baby. If you want to make your own buttermilk, all you need is some regular milk and about a teaspoon or 2 of white vinegar. You don't even have to use sour cream if you don't want to. Sour cream is sour milk. So, I'm just telling you a little FYI. You can do, but you know, like I say, y'all get mad at me. So y'all do how y'all want to do that. Do what you want to do now. But that's how you make buttermilk, by adding vinegar to regular milk. I make neck bone soup. Yes, ma'am, Miss Marcella. Yes, Miss Marzella. Yes. Yes, neck bone soup is good. This is just what I'm doing. Ava wanted dumplings. So my mama used to always say, it's clean out day. And I know y'all older, so y'all know I know y'all know what clean out day meant. You did not waste, not want not. Clean out day. And they used to make that goulash. You didn't know what was in your soup. Whatever was left in that freezer was going to be in your soup. Whatever was left in that refrigerator. Because they was not 3-day rule. They were about ready to throw it out or give it to Irma Jean and her kids, because they ate stuff 7 days out. You know. So either you were going to cut across the field, take it over there to Armagene's house. Mama said, we're going to eat on it one more day. I'm going to figure one more thing. And then next thing you know, she said, take the rest of this over there to your cousin's house and see if they can do something with it. They do something with it too. And then mama be telling you, sometimes my mom used to say, don't be eating over there. They be having them cats out, jumping and coming off the floor. And guess who ate over there? Me and cousin, sister, friend. We ate over everybody's house that was nasty. Baby, nasty folks can cook. I don't care what you say. They nasty, but that don't mean they can't cook. Baby, just don't take your stuff in the house. I don't know why people so scared of no roach bugs. Now, I understand you being scared of a little rat. But baby, them roaches is not going to bother you. They stink. You can tell when people got bad roaches. Roaches have a smell. I don't know why I'm talking about it. But you can smell a roach a mile away, baby. They just stink. Don't watch them take no bath. Okay. Get my little rolling pin. And then they're going to be ready to go over here in this boiling water. I'm going to turn back up this boiling broth. And I got something else I cut mine with. I don't use that thing no more. I use my own little contraction that I got. I'm going to make them just a little more tighter when I put them down. You don't like, I didn't say you had to like them. Don't, see, that's what y'all don't listen. Nobody said nobody liked roaches, but you can't judge people for having roaches. You can have roaches for different reasons, baby. Roaches don't mean folks can't cook. And sometimes what you think folks is nasty, their house is cluttered. That's just my opinion. Like I say, that's why I always tell people I don't say everything. Because some people just, y'all didn't grow up when I did. So some of y'all done live so good, y'all don't understand that some people don't choose to be nasty. Sometimes they don't have enough closet space. It's not that they nasty, they cluttered. But we ain't going to get into that and we ain't going to fall out over that, okay? So what we finna do is work on these dumplings. So we're going to shake a little flour out. We're going to put a little flour here. We're going to cut these. We're going to pull them apart. I was just making a statement. In other words, all I was saying is I had no problem eating in nobody's house because at the end of the day, everybody that look clean, it don't mean they clean. And everybody's house is cluttered, it didn't mean that they were nasty. That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying. I didn't say you had to like roaches and turn them into no friend and all of that. I was just simply making a statement that me and cousin, sister, friend ate at everybody's house. They nasty having, no, Von Morrow. No, that's not what we're talking about, baby. We're talking about nasty houses. We're not talking about that. We're just simply saying some people were just in situationships. That's all. We ain't talking about that. You can bring them home from going to the hospital. You can bring them home from a hotel room. That don't mean you nasty. Your next door neighbor could be the one that's nasty. But because you live in an apartment complex and you're adjacent to somebody, sometimes they get in. They get in from a bag of clothes. They get in from stuff you buy off of garage sales. They can get in any kind of way now. I'm just saying. But, you know. Okay, let's get back to these. So, I had some leftover dumplings. I had leftover dumplings. And I'm taking these leftover dumplings. And I'm making these tight as I can get this. And now I'm going to roll them out. I don't judge people. I don't care. Me and Tat ate everywhere. And to each its own. You know, I don't care. That's just how I was. And that's how I am to this day. And that's why I don't think I'm above nobody or better than nobody. All that good kind of stuff, I just don't. Sometimes you clean and you can't help what's in your house. That's all I'm saying. You got to know the difference. Now, you do have nasty people out there. Don't get me wrong. Yes, you do. But everybody that you see that's got a bug problem, it don't mean they nasty. And that's just my opinion. And I ain't gonna go back and forth on my opinion. I just know some people, you can be cluttered and not nasty. You know, that's just how I feel. We gonna keep working on these dumplings. That's all. I just like to give people, you know, I just like to not think I'm better or judge nobody for their condition, because God know I don't want him to put me in no condition. I remember one time I was dating this boy and he came over my house, right? Because back then you couldn't just go everywhere with people. They had to come to your house. And we had rats. And one of them ran across his foot, baby. He jumped and looked funny, and I said, what is it? He was like, oh, you didn't see that? I said, no. And you didn't see it either? And you didn't see it either if you want to date me. Go somewhere with that crap. We lived in the woods, and across the street from us, a man had, he had hogs. And so sometimes we would end up with some rats because of the hogs. But my mom and daddy did all they could to keep them things out. They baited. And then my nephew, he loved to catch them. And he started catching them. Boy, he thought that was the funnest thing. He come show us. I caught one. And eventually, when the hog pen went away, we wasn't bothered with them no more. But, you know me. I get tired when people say, oh, you a celebrity. No, I'm not. I ain't no celebrity. I'm a home cook with a good page. You know, I just treat myself the same. Whatever man think it, so is he. So that's why I don't think it. Because if I ever not become, people want to watch me, then I'm already humble. So you can't humble a person that's already humbled. Stay humbled and you won't get humbled. But if you esteem yourself too high, my God from Zion, you in for trouble. You may not be able to handle the fact that you ain't the big thing no more. You ain't the big, person. So some people can't deal with the fact when they not the big man on deck no more. So stay humble. All right? All right. I'm going to turn that up again so we can drop some dumplings in. Turn the fan on because I'm having a hot plate. So all I'm going to do, take my dumplings, put them on the other side of the dumplings I ain't done yet. Because I rolled them in flour. So they separated, and I'm going to shake some more flour on them. I keep them separated like that by dusting them in flour. And you may say, that's a lot of dumplings. No. Dumplings dissolve. So I don't have no bugs. I live in the woods now. And if they clean out a spot, rats live underground. You can get rats. I can get a rat right now because it's wintertime. I hope I don't get one. But I could. All right? I just like to give people, I don't know. Like, sometimes people just think they so much better than folks. And it breaks my heart. Because people didn't ask to be born poor. They didn't. And it bothers me when people esteem themselves better. Especially your kin folks that don't have more than you. And that's your kin. And you acting like you too good to eat over their house. And they the ones telling you can come eat. Let me turn this a little bit. Because sometimes you can't get family members to open their house up for you. I can't stand nobody like that. You can go to everybody else's house, but you think your house. You'll start worshiping your house. I can't stand family member. I got a family member like that. Want to have stuff at everybody else's house, and she don't want nothing at her house. Baby. I'm going to tell you like this. I was talking to my sister, my oldest sister. And she was like, well, I hope she don't start having nothing for who she dating family. I said, well, baby, don't hold your mouth to it, because a woman will do something for a man, but she won't do for nothing else. I'm just saying. We may not be able to eat over there. That don't mean her new man family won't. I won't be surprised or shocked. Well, honey, let me tell you something. But honey, don't go to nobody else's stuff if you can't stand for nobody to come to yours. That's what make me mad. You think your house too good to have something, or you don't want nobody. And all of a sudden, have y'all noticed when people that don't want nobody having at their house, they start saying, I don't want all them spirits in my house. You're a spirit. And you run your spirit-filled butt over to other people's house. So what make you think you better? You ain't died and got sancted. You don't get sancted unless you make it. And that's just me. If God bless me too, come on over here. That's why they was telling me, quit letting everybody come to your house. Come on over here. Okay, I'm going to drop some of these in there. Come on over here. I don't see no comments right now. They done stopped them for now. I have to get my other phone. So I don't want to get a bunch of mess on it. So let me finish doing what I'm doing. Yeah, they'll start saying, oh, honey, I want no honey, please. You a spirit over somebody's house. You don't want no spirit over yours. Keep your spirits at home, too. We can't have no fun no more. That's why I'm so glad these trail rides happen. That's the most you done seen. The closest thing to a family reunion is a trail ride. The people don't get together no more. Folks like me, baby, we get tired of hosting everything. And can't nobody ever come to yours. And then you make up all the excuses in the world. That's when you quit having family get-togethers. Family just ain't family. But don't worry, we about to. Because y'all going to need some help on them mortgages. Them doggone high mortgages. That's what's happening. That's why a lot of family living together. The economy is jacked to the 10th. Let's put a little more flour on there. Break these up. Then we're going to put it. That's why you don't need no heavy whipping cream. Because by the time you get through picking these up and dusting them in flour, you don't need no heavy whipping cream to make them thick. They'll let you know they ain't dusting them and they don't really know how to make them. Because you don't need nothing to make your broth thick. It's going to thicken from the flour that's on the doggone these things, these dumplings. That's why they call dumplings. They be dump them. Bump them and dump them. Bump them and dump them. Dump them and bump them. And we finna put them in this stuff. I probably should have used a bigger pot. But I can take some of these. Whatever I don't use, I just freeze them. I'm gonna dust them. Just like I'm doing now. Now we're finna go over here. Clean up gonna be real simple and easy when I get through dumping them. Come on. I can't see no comments, so I ain't ignoring nobody. Okay, so that water had to be boiling real good like that. You can pump it down just a little bit. You ain't gotta go crazy. But it's gotta be a strong flow of bubble. See? Because it's gonna slow it up. And I can't just throw all of them in at one time because I'll get everything everywhere and then Gina get onto me because I didn't put my thing up. And you want to add a lot of dumplings because they dissolve. Dumplings get smaller, some of them do. Unless you make them extremely tight. And you don't want to mess with them when you put them in here. And we ain't going to have that much meat, right? They'll cook down to almost nothing. I'm telling you. And I'll get another pot. If these get too big, I'll get another pot. But it ain't nothing but meat and gravy, so biscuits and gravy. So you want to make sure you put enough of them in here. And if they get bigger, I'll switch the pot. I only got but a handful more. I should have used a bigger pot. And I'm probably going to switch that pot out. Just to be quite honest, something to do with. It ain't gonna be no problem. I am. The one I should have used from the jump start. 2100 Jackson Street. Let me use this one. Let me look at y'all comments too. But I gotta change this boil out. Ooh wee. Look at them. So we're gonna change the more broth. Alright. We're gonna let them get to going. Y'all see? And we're gonna add a little broth. Once these get back on board, I'll be adding more broth. Okay? See that? That's a pot of what? Goodness. What? Goodness. Say it, people. Goodness. Oh, me. Oh, me. Oh, me. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Y'all, we got that. Some more broth to that one. We're going to have a pot of goodness now. I'm telling y'all. In the land of the living. We're going to take that leftover neck bones and we're going to dump them in there. We're going to put that good old salt and pepper in there. Y'all know what we got to use. Alright? I hate they be stopping my comments. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Y'all watching it. Oh, yeah, that's a good picture. Y'all ain't commenting. There you go. I see something now. They coming back in again. There you go. There you go. They're coming back in. Maybe y'all wasn't commenting. And I thought y'all was. You know how you old folks can say the right words? I thought y'all was. I thought y'all was coming. I thought y'all was. Alright. There they go. Get a little more broth in there. I'm going to put it in there now. That's a little beef broth. We need it. Look at your neighbor and say, you don't even know we needed this. Auntie said we needed more broth. Auntie said we needed more broth. Broth. Yep. See, Auntie ain't gonna mess with these too much. She gonna let them do what they do. And she gonna get in her story to y'all. She gonna get in a good story talking to y'all today. Yeah, I'm telling y'all something about something what happened, what went down in Staten Island. New York. Anybody from New York? Anybody from New York today? Sure. Now listen. Everybody know that things, different things come upon the land, like how we ended up with the flu and we ended up with pneumonia, you know, and there was no cure at first, right? Look at that. There was no cure. It was looking nice and rich. We're going to keep letting it do that before we add this cream of celery can. And so that's what was going on. So the black nurses, oh, that look good right there. So we're going to add a can of cream of celery in here too. Ain't they doing good? Yep, they doing good. So I'm going to open up a can of cream of celery real quick. And they just pinning stuff on people. You know how this go. Y'all already know what time it is. They try to do it with Martin Luther King and everybody else. It's just scapegoats. You got to be careful what y'all post on here. These young people be writing their minds and their opinions. So now, they was on the news this morning saying that Homeland Security and the FBI detected that somebody was going to do something bad on January the 1st and try to do some things to some places. I don't want to say no names. You know what I'm saying? because they so angry right now that they're being questioned. Why they cult leader and his wife who can't read. Have y'all heard her read that book to them children? He needs to find out if she needs to be deported. Because I don't think she went to no schools in the US of A. Because, baby, she can't read and she can't talk. That's all I'm going to say on that. Let me taste this. The wild but really cold, the stinky clothes, he's going to come down the chimney. He's going to bring you lots of toys and kitties on his sleigh. He's going to do it. He said he would do it. I'm like, who is reading this story? He said he was going to do it. You must believe that Donna's going to do it. I'm going to put me some pepper in here. He said he's going to bring lots of toys and kitties on his sleigh. And every mother's child is going to find. If reindeers really know how to do, you think a reindeer can fly? Everybody knows that reindeers can fly. Baby, I was like, if they don't get her from reading this book and go and ask Michelle Obama to come read to them kids, anybody but her. Kids in the world. Do you know what she said? Yeah, now they want to start messing with they want to freeze me. Pork. It's going to have a little oil in it. It's okay. I'm putting it all in there. Everybody knows that reindeers can fly. I'm going to put this little meat in here. Put it in. Oh, y'all know this good. Lord help them. Like the old folks say, help us, Lord. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Lord. Just let them simmer. Told you, dumplings dissolve. But it'll be enough in here. I saw a bone. Okay. Now that's gonna be good. It's just gonna simmer now. That's all it's gonna do. You know, like I tell people, you know, when they get through simmering, keep what you got. Let's go around this pot. Look at that. I scoop us out something. Is it still thickening? And there you got it. Got some good dumplings. I'm gonna put the lid back over here. Let it boil a little bit more. I'll get a little spoon. Hold on. And y'all know they still simmering. Y'all know I'm gonna get that juice a little thicker. Just a little bit more. Yes, Lord. So I think Seaview Hospital in Staten Island. Because, baby, they cured something and helped people when other folks didn't. Now, you can add you some potatoes in here if you want. You can. So, see, you didn't hear about that. How them black angels Seaview Hospital in Staten Island. Work with them doctors to help find a cure for tuberculosis. And work with patients that nobody else will go see about. Lord, bless it and stretch it. In Jesus' name, Lord, I thank you for this food. Amen. Let's try one. Now, let me cut one open for Jean. Calvin, one of the Lord, go, hey, catering. Let me turn it around. Look, Jean. Look, Jean, I'm going to cut this dumpling open. Look, Jean. See, it's got substance in it. It's not no slimy ball. See? But that's just how we grew up. We didn't wait like soup. It's like a biscuit. See? See? Now that's a good look right there, Jean. Dumplings is just biscuits and get to that. Tell me that ain't good. Because, child, I want to eat some later. Y'all know I'm trying to lose weight. Theme of that. And get these people their food stamp. Charity begins at home. They don't care about us. Michael Jackson said, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. And you know what? When people don't want to sit down and agree with you, they really still feel that way. And the reason why I really don't want a Republican to lose right now is because they're going to blame everything on a Democrat. When they run something in the ground, then they want the Democrats to win. Baby, this good. You got to get up early in the morning to beat me on some dumpling. Because I'm a biscuit maker. Mama, we so hungry. What we gonna eat?